Hello, my name is Delta Pick Mello. Welcome to Museum Mondays at the Sacramento History Museum. This week, instead of reading a story, I'm going to tell a story. It's one of my favorite stories, and I'm going to tell it from the heart. It's called Heckedy Peg, written by Audrey Wood. And I like this story because it's about a witch and a very clever mother and some children, and it takes place on a blustery day, kind of like today. So it begins. Down a dusty road, and long ago, on a very blustery day, there lived a woman with her 7 children who were named Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, every day, the children would help their mother with her chores. And then one day, the mother said, "Since you have been such very good children, you may ask for whatever you want from the market, and I shall bring it home for you." Well, the children were overjoyed, and they knew exactly what they wanted. Monday wanted a tub of butter. Tuesday wanted a small pocket knife. Wednesday wanted a china pitcher. Thursday wanted a pot of honey. Friday wanted a tin of salt. Saturday just wanted some crackers. And Sunday wanted a bowl of vanilla pudding. The mother said, she gathered up her basket and she said, "Now remember, while I'm gone, don't let a stranger in and don't touch the fire." And then she kissed the children goodbye, and they ushered her out and locked the door behind her and began to play. Well, it wasn't very long before an old woman came, pulling a heavy cart behind her. She came up to the little hut and she rapped on the window and said, "Hey, I'm Heckedy Peg. I lost my leg. Let me in." "We can't," cried Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. "Our mother told us to never let a stranger in." "Oh, now, just let me in." And she pulled out a pipe from her cape, and she said, "Just let me in to light my pipe. You can bring me a bit of burning straw." "We can't," cried Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. "Our mother told us to never touch the fire." "Now, my sweet chickens, if you let me in to light my pipe, I'll give you this." And she reached into the cart and she pulled out a sack and she opened it up. The children peered out of the window and looked. And what did they see but a bag full of gold? "For a bag full of gold, we'll let you in and light your pipe." And they unlocked the door and they let the witch in. And when she came in, they all ran to the fire and they brought her back burning bits of straw so that she could light her pipe. And once her pipe was lit, she threw it to the ground where it crashed and broke to 100 pieces. And she said, "Now I've got you." And just like that, the children turned into food. Monday became bread. Tuesday became pie. Wednesday became milk. Thursday became porridge. Friday became fish. Saturday became cheese. And Sunday was a roast rib. Well, she gathered up all that food and loaded it into her sack and then put it into her cart and continued down the road and over the bridge and through the town and across the fields deep into the forest where she lived in a hut. Well, pretty soon the mother returned home with a basket filled with all the things her children had wanted. A tub of butter for Monday, a small pocket knife for Tuesday, a china pitcher for Wednesday, a pot of honey for Thursday, tin of salt for Friday, some crackers, and a bowl of vanilla pudding for Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But no one answered. And then she saw the broken bits of the pipe on the ground, and tears began to flow from her eyes. Who has taken my children? Well, just then, a blackbird who had seen everything hopped onto the sill and said, "It's Heckedy Peg. She lost her leg. They let her in. Follow me." So the woman picked up the basket and she followed the blackbird out of the house and down the road and over the bridge and through the town, across the fields, and directly to the witch's hut, where inside the witch had set before her table filled with food and was just about to take her first bite when she heard a loud rapping at the door. "Let me in. I want my children back." "You can't come in. Your shoes are dirty." "Well, then I'll take them off." She went off, took off her shoes, and came back and rapped again. "Let me in. I want my children back." You still can't come in. Your socks are dirty." "Well, then I'll take them off." And she went off and took off her socks, and she came back and she pounded again. "Let me in. I want my children back." You can't come in. Your feet are dirty." The mother looked at her feet and she said, "Well, then I'll cut them off." And she went away as if to cut off her own feet, but of course she did not. She just tucked them underneath her skirt, and then she crawled back on her knees and she banged at that door and said, "Let me in. I want my children back now." Well, the woman opened the door and looked out and thought she had no feet. So she opened the door and she said, "Well then, there are your children. If you can't get them right the first time, I'll have them for my supper." The mother looked at the food on the table. How could she possibly know which child was which? "Hurry, I'm hungry." She looked at the table and she looked back in the basket filled with all the things her children had wanted. My supper grows cold now. Speak up." She looked again. She looked and then she realized she knew her children by what they want. Bread wants butter. That's Monday. Pie wants knife. That's Tuesday. Milk wants a pitcher. Yes, that's Wednesday. Porridge wants honey. That's Thursday. And fish wants salt. Of course, that's Friday. And cheese wants crackers. That's Saturday. And I guess a roast rib wants a bowl of vanilla pudding. That's Sunday. And quick as a wink, the children turned back into themselves. And they hugged and kissed each other. And then they hugged and kissed their mother. And then the mother jumped to her feet and she said, "Now, Heckedy Peg, I've got my children back and you'll be sorry you ever took them." And she chased the witch around and around the table and finally out of the hut and into the fields and through the town and across and onto the bridge, where Heckedy Peg jumped into the water and she was never, ever seen again. And that's the story of Heckedy Peg. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again on Museum Monday next week when we talk about the traditions and the beauty and the altars that come along with the celebration of Dia de los Muertos. Thank you for joining us.